Alright, this is part 6 for modeling a car in 3D Studio Max, and I'm going to go ahead and tweak a few things real quick. Vertice mode, let me pull this in a little bit. Just pull it Alt-X, let's see what it looks like. Pull it out a little bit. That's probably good. Probably can bring this out just a little bit more. Alright, just tweaking a few more things on the car. Let's see here. Okay, so taking a look at a picture I found on the back end, we do have kind of this inset area. So let's go ahead and create that aspect of the car. Now, looking at the image, almost goes all the way down. Oops. There's actually a hole right here too. So I've got inset, hole, and makes me want to actually follow more of side view. Drag these down. Let's go right about there. Right about there, and this one can go here. And this looks like it can go all the way down. Like buff this out this way. The corner. And down. Okay. Now, I am going to go into these light areas. Wow, I'm just looking at these vertices, it's just such a mess. It really is. Alright, I'm going to drag select over the whole car and do a weld option, and 0.3 should be good. Let's see, it tells me before and after, so there are a few vertices that are duplicated somewhere, probably caused by when I was using the cut tool and being slightly off the actual vertice when cutting. Alright, so I want to come in here and actually cut out, let's fix this real quick. There. Something like that. The back end, these polygons back here. Okay, I'm going to go detach. Detach, click OK. Turn off polygon mode, select them. Backspace and backspace. Okay. So the reason why I detach them is because I might end up using those for the lights on the front end of the car. Or not the front end, but the actual front end of the lights themselves. But I also detached them. I'm going to go ahead and hide them. Hide selection. Because when I start cutting through, I don't have to continue the cut up here to keep geometry straight and all that. So let's take a look at what I might have to cut in, i.e. come here, ring, and basically I'm adding another set to connect, no slide, so I can come in here and space these out a little bit more. Adding more shape. Probably you're going to have to pull, I think, this guy forward some. Push this guy back a little. Alright. Pull these out just a bit. Okay, so that way this can go down here, like that. And I am going to stick with, let's bring it up just some, because that is super low in my side viewport. So maybe, I think this line right here is good to follow. Let's do something like that. Yeah. Okay. Bring this up a bit. Looks good. Alright, I don't think, whoops. Switch this back to back view. Looks like I have a clean environmental piece, car model. I am going kooky. Maybe pull out a little bit. We'll see. Alright, okay, I definitely have a hole I need to cut out here. And to be honest, probably cut tool would be my best option. Like before, let's start here, there, there, there. Might as well take it all the way. Okay, and I'm going to go to cut this straight down, cut this straight down. Now I can, if I cut this way, I'm stuck with a triangle anyway. Cut up, I would not be stuck with a triangle, but I'll be adding a lot of segments there, so I'm just going to cut to here for now. Same thing with this one. Okay, is there anything else? Turn off cut tool. I am going to bring this up a little bit more so it's smooth. Nice smooth interaction. Polygon. Grab the polygons and extrude. Click OK. I'm relining this viewport. So it probably doesn't have much depth in the bumper area, so something like that, and delete. So now I do truly have a hole in this. Let me make sure that's good. Select these, weld them, just because I use the cut tool. 512, 512, so good. There's no extra vertices floating around. Okay, so there is a hole here. Let's go ahead and move these down a bit. Move that in. Okay. And how do I want to do this? Probably could do it this way. Inset. Click OK, vertex mode. Grab all these vertices here, move them straight down. Pay attention to my side view. Okay, and take this one all the way over. Might as well just reposition these down. Down. Okay, go to polygon mode, delete, vertex mode, click, 0, 0. Alright, so it looks like I got the whole area set. And extrude. Click OK. Move it down. Back a little bit. Delete. Delete. Vertex needs to be set to 0. Set this one to 0. Okay. Alright, so I have the back end of my car, holes cut out. Now again, I need to play with this section here of the back end, and like I said, this whole area is indented. So let's go ahead and do our thing. I'm going to select all these polygons and these as well, and I probably should have done this before cutting that hole out, to be honest. In fact, wow, alright, I'm going to go ahead and quickly do this. This will show you a new tool I haven't shown before. Select all these, delete, go to border mode, goes all the way around, and caps a hole. So did that for the sake of getting this right. Alright, let's again polygon mode. Make sure I switch to the selection tool. Again, if I hit Q multiple times, I can change the type of selection. Spray paint's a very nice one. Goes through really quickly, so oops. That was Alt X mode, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to hold down Control, select these areas. Alright, so I'm going to turn it on and off for now. Okay, so looks like it cuts down this way. So in other words, I need to add a cut tool. Cut from here to here. And let's take a look at what the picture looks like. Yep, right into the base. So just like that, what does the other side look like? Straight down the side. Okay. One more look. So it kind of slides out. Which means that's one solid edge with a hole. So, and the bottom is not extruded in, so I do need to come through and cut some edges in. So there, and from there to, let's say there. Gives me more vertices to work with. Switch my selection mode back over to square. A bit more geometry to play with. Okay. Polygon. These are out. That is out. So that looks like about right. And go ahead and go extrude a tiny bit. Say about that much. And click OK. Scale it in some. And move it. Just like that. It's actually probably going to be more like this. Just looking at the picture, there's a nice arc that looks like a solid hard edge. Alright, so I'm going to go here and hit extrude now. Or should I clean up the edges first? Oh, hard line. Okay. So it is. Let's go ahead and do this. Extrude this in, might as well. Readjust it. Like that. Check it out, maybe move it in a little bit more and hit delete. Okay, so exhaust port is done. Looking at these pictures, this kind of swoops back out. There's a slight edge. So what we do is we go to our viewports and start pulling things back out. And maybe even in a little bit. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just pushing and pulling vertices to basically what we've been doing this whole time, position them to match my geometry. And I'm going off the picture, seeing how it looks like things come back. It's still a slight edge, which we're mimicking by having it punctured in slightly. And it looks like a pretty steep edge on this side here. But these vertices need to be like maybe in just a bit. Nope. Solid edge right there. Okay. So if I Alt-X. Okay, so one of the things I want to talk about is this triangle system that's going on in the car. If you want to get rid of that and see what it looks like without it and without applying a turbo smooth, you want to go to Smooth. Click Auto, see what that does. So that smoothed it out pretty well. You also have smoothing groups. That didn't do so well. Auto did very good. So it gets rid of that triangulation look, and I can go through and tweak some of the polygons even more. There's also in the new graphite modeling system the, what is it? Right here, properties, smooth, hard, options, smooth 3D and hard. So you do have those options as well. Deactivate all those. Delete that one. That's something I go through and deal with later once I have my frame in place. Alright. Looks like, back-end wise, that is pretty much done. Except for the little emblem, but I would actually attach that as a separate model. But the actual the cutout part of the car, in a sense, of the frame, is done. So I'm going to go ahead and hit polygon and scroll all the way down and do unhide all. And there, let's see, go ahead and apply a symmetry modifier. Where is that? And do Z. And I can go ahead and unfreeze all, hide selection. Take a look at what I have here. Not too bad. Again, how I want to play with the smoothing, I can add the turbo smooth or smooth. Now where'd my smooth go? There we go. Auto. And very nice. Oh, give me 1 sec. Okay, so just looking at this, I think everything is good. Probably could come in here and push this vertice down a little bit, just so I don't run into any glitch, pinching, just in case I decide to throw a turbo smooth on this guy, or a mesh smooth, or any type of other smoothing modifier. Okay. Is there anything else that we can cover real quick? The hood's done. If we turn that on. Oops, let me switch this back to left viewport. And I'm going to hit F4. Okay, so that's what we got going on so far. Not too shabby. Alright, let's go ahead and start cutting this model apart, but first I definitely want to work on the hood. So I'm going to delete this smooth modifier. Don't need that for now. Don't need the symmetry modifier. And F4. Okay, so this hood has got one real crazy design to it, and that is that it scoops in so much. And we did, I believe, already work with some of it, but I think we need to make it a little bit more extreme than it is now. Going to the pictures here, flip through them. So that's not really that visible there, but it's really visible here. So, pretty much what I think needs to happen is just raising the vertices. Okay, come back through, click, oops, let's leave that there, bring it up a little bit, bring it up and forward, and oops, left. Looks like my graphics card is having a problem displaying the edges again, or the vertices. I'll deal with that later. So, bring this one up. Probably bring this one up just a little bit more. Okay. So yeah, there we go. Nice high edge. Cuts down. So I definitely want to make sure I keep that crease in there. So let's go ahead and grab this. And this, and this, and this. And kind of thinking about merging some vertices. Maybe not. So go back to edge mode. Oops, control select. And let's see what happens when I do chamfer. Where am I going? Chamfer. With a really low value. And it looks like I've got vertex mode. Select all the vertices in here and go weld 252. Okay. So definitely look like there's extra segments in there somewhere. Just playing around with these. Okay. I'm going to save this real quick and actually re-go in the program so I can get my vertices back. Just give me a sec. Okay, so let me try chamfer again. Cancel. I'm going to go vertex mode. Oh, now I know why. Yeah, because there is two lines there. So what I'm going to activate is use NURBS, Alt X, hit render to see what it looks like. Okay, now I'm going to throw in the chamfer and very little with maybe two segments. So there, it kept the ring. That's one way of keeping an edge like this, and there are some vertices in there that I need to collapse so I don't get these pinching things going on. Pretty much if I turn off use NURBS, you'll notice that there's a lot of vertices in here. I'm going to click OK for now, but I'll undo it. Z. Yeah, so start collapsing out some vertices because it's just one insane mess. I'm going to undo this and make sure that's still one vertex. Okay. The other way to do it is to grab an edge this way and go ring. And this one's going to be a little more tricky. So I'm going to hit connect and slide it over. I'm going to hit cancel first. Quickly, I'm going to add a turbo smooth and polygon edge connect. Turn it on and hit render, see what it looks like. So there's the edge again. Okay, I'll actually undo it, connect, turn it off, see how close I can get this. Let's go to there, turn it back on, render. So it's created that nice arc, click OK. And that has created no extra thing I have to clean up. Another way to do this is connect, cancel ring, watch where it rings. Okay, so it's going all the way through the car. I'm actually going to deselect this information on the back side of the car, just up to here. Alright, connect and turn on this, hit render, and there you have it. A nice solid line, just like the one here. Okay, so I'm going to click OK, turn this off, and I'll leave it at that for now. And also, really quick, I started creating the nice sharp line here as well with that extra edge. So, and I know I've got a crazy extra vertex in here that we're going to deal with here in a sec, because I'm actually going to end up start detaching parts. So, go ahead and join me for part 7.